Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Groovy, Flotsam, Zen, Wandering Picked. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Let's go ahead, get into what we're doing. All right. Let's do this. How long have you had these Incursors? For a while. It's been a while. These are going to be red Incursors. Get some silver out. We have a color scheme. Name a software you're familiar with. Jira. The Lord of Trek. Service now. Is that what you're looking for? Does TTS count as a software? Bro, chill. OBS. There you go. Yeah, sure. How's everybody doing this morning? What's going on, Trek? What's going on? Yeah, doing alright. It's cold. It's really cold out, so that's biggest thing going on right now. We excuse me, kind of turned our furnace down. Our house is cold. Try not to overdo it. That's about it. How you guys doing? No, please don't. Too cold right now. Removing supports. Nice. All right. You excited for new Eldar Codex? They put up a preview of their their faction rule, and it's super lame. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but it's also like it's annoying. It's just more stratagems. Like, Eldar get 4 free command points now a turn, and that's their faction rule. And of all the things in current 40k, like, stratagems are one of my most hated things. Yeah, they're like battle focus rule. They get, it's like 4 points for a 2,000 point game. It's every battle round you get 4 points, and you allow your units to do like crazy stratagem type things. Millie Paints. Wow, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? That's a good way to start my day. Jeez. Welcome,
First of all,
Millie.
let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me
Excuse
back
me.
into your home.
How is everybody doing? Welcome in, guys. This is I'm the painting dad. I chill and paint minis, and that is basically how I spend my weeks. Rokem, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Bearded Snorlax, welcome in. Hey, Tuvon, thank you so much for the sub, man. Yeah, so many people all the time. I know everybody's just running in here. Thank you so much, guys, and welcome. We're painting some Incursors today. I'm laying down some base colors, and we'll get into
First of all,
maybe a
let me
couple
take just
washes
a
and
moment to
highlights.
thank you
Hopefully
for allowing
today,
me back
if I
into
can
your
finish all
home.
these base colors today. But we'll see. Sir Jerkface, welcome. I feel bad calling you that, but welcome in. I'm sure you're a lovely person. Could be worse. Already see FAQ fuel, yeah. Of the Codex. For long anyway. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. 40K in a nutshell. We won't have anything for long. These are not. These are a custom chapter. For someone. So
First of all, let me take just
yeah,
a
we're
moment
painting
to
them
thank
red.
you for
I'm
allowing
not
me
quite
back
sure
into
the
your home.
chapter name, but the color scheme is it's mainly red and some dark silvers. So we're working through the silvers. I put a coat of burnt red, Procro burnt red, and now I am and I also put a flesh wash on these guys, and now I'm working on
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing
silver
me back
base
into your
coats. This is
home.
Procro dark silver. I need to worry about making mistakes on that sheath too much. Bearded Snorlax and the Happy Plumber, thank you for the follow, guys. I appreciate it. Millie, how was your stream? I hope it was really good. Seems like it was good. I mean, 70 people hanging out. That's crazy. Sounds like a fun time. I'm doing their whole chest piece is going to be silver as well, so we're gonna get to that. I want to make sure I have a lot of these like basic Space Marine gubbins painted silver. The chest piece, and we'll get the parts on the helmets, which might be a lot of black on the helmets, but we need to do some silver on them too. Yo Raptor, what's going on? That's fun. It's Tutorial Tuesday. So many new joiners, nice. Oh, you're on the front page. That's awesome. Yeah. Take full advantage of being on the front page. What kind of tutorial were you doing? Send and send. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Finished paint session. Need to wait until the ink is dry to continue. All right. Do you have the day off work, Yo Raptor? Or are you just... Yeah, you're normally getting home from work about this time. 3 ways to paint with leather. I think I need to go back and watch that. Do you have a YouTube channel, Millie? Or I may just go back and check out the VOD, because that sounds really interesting, actually. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you're here and somehow you don't follow Millie Paints, go follow them. They're a good streamer, really nice person, and apparently does awesome tutorials that I have not seen. So, ask me to make YouTube tutorials. Yeah, just kind of do like a highlight from your stream on your tutorials and stuff. I don't know. I'm not really the one to give advice on making YouTube videos because I'm terrible at it, but. You know, it's easy to tell other people how to do this. And they post on Instagram. All right, nice. We're having a good day painting some 40K. I want to finish these minis this week, and then I think I'm going to be painting some. I have a big like commission. And it's for some 40K minis and for Star Wars Legion minis. So if that interests you guys, that's going to be fun. It's a lot of clones and droids. I'm excited to paint droids. I love painting Star Wars droids. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. That's supposed to be leather or metal. We'll paint them. I have there's some B1s, there's some BX Commando droids, and I think some B2s in the group. Yeah, I saw CapCut was part of the band. Yep. I did see that. What chapter are these Incursors? They're a custom chapter. So I actually am not sure the name of the chapter. Any Rolly Balls of Death? No. I will say those minis... okay, I assemble literally hundreds of miniatures a year. Alright? For different games. I've played a lot of different games. I've painted minis for a lot of different games. I have never had such a negative experience assembling a plastic mini as I have the Droidicas for Star Wars Legion. Keep posting on Insta? Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Mister Painty makes it into a Discord post. I like that as well. Yeah, that was a good investment, and I want to say thank you to my patrons specifically for I guess being the ones to pay for that. So thank you patrons for paying for a little bot friend in Discord. Hey Frankie Fingers, what's up? Yeah, yeah, those Droidicas are a nightmare. The instructions were really poor on them, and they actually give you two minis per Droidica, and the second mini is like rolled up. So you have like when they're in the rolled form and moving super fast, which you don't need a miniature for, but it's like an extra thing. I assembled one of them and I was like, no, no way am I putting more of these together because it was like 35 pieces, and to assemble this little ball, it was a nightmare. Yeah, I actually had I have 6 sets of Droidicas, and I only ever assembled and painted 4, and I never did the assembled the Roly version. It was just the deployed version. So, or I assembled 1 or 2 of the rolled versions, and that was it. All right, we're gonna say that we're gonna come back on the face masks and figure out the face masks later, but that's the silver on one of these guys. Nikon S7000. I want to use as a streaming camera. A dummy battery. Yeah, how to get a dummy battery. Yep, yep. Yeah, you might need a. You might need a. Was like a capture card. Yeah. It's auto turn off. Yeah, you need a like a clean output. If you can get a clean output mode, your camera should stay on while you're in like the like streaming mode. Some older cameras don't have that mode, and you'll have to find like a mod to install on your camera, basically. Which is what I did for my original my Sony A5000. I installed a mod on my camera to be able to do a clean output. As tomb blades, things took me an hour each to build. Yeah, I don't. I've never assembled tomb blades, but yeah, I don't know. Star Wars Legion minis are a little. Well, they were a little less heroic scale, so they were a lot smaller. They're a lot more like finicky pieces for those droidicas. People complained about the B1 battle droids, but the droidicas were the real nightmare. Some parts I hate the look of the tomb blades anyway, so I'm not planning on buying any for myself anytime soon. Because they're not minis I would ever use. Have you seen the new He-Man mini game? Yes, I have. Isn't that who's doing? Is that Warlord Games that's doing the He-Man mini game? I never cared for He-Man. I mean, I was born in 1990, but I think I'm a little late for like some of the He-Man height, I guess. You magnetized him? Dang. Incursor minis are okay. I really don't like their heads. I don't like how they all have like the 80s. It looks like 2000 AD like head styles. Some kind of weird Judge Dredd cyberpunk thing going on. I think if I built Incursors of my own, I would put helmets on them. And then put all the extra gubbins on them like they have. Oh. Swarms are my favorite. Yeah. This is a commission. Yeah. Always wanted to enjoy He-Man. It was one of those you had to be there cartoons. Yeah. I probably watched a couple episodes of it. Just because, you know, like you watch as a kid, just watching like Saturday morning cartoons or whatever. You just kind of watch whatever's on. Painting RBDs, yeah. The RBDs minis are pretty good, though. I painted some of those as a commission last year, the year before. And I really liked them, actually. They were interesting minis. I didn't expect that I would like them, but... I really like the, are they the Palatine Enforcers from Necromunda? Those minis look cool. You don't have a... God, dang it. Okay. Thank you, Timid Tempest. Let me... Or, Zen, can you get my category? Miniatures and models? Thanks, dude. How do people find me? Sorry about that, guys. Twitch hates me. It pulls me out of category. Whenever I start streaming, sometimes I forget to like put myself back in category after I start. So I came over to get my points. Yeah, nice. There you go. There you go. You found me through a raid? Nice. Alright, thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I really think Twitch hates me. They just pull me out of category. Like, did I do something that I'm not in the category? I don't even put Warhammer in my like tags anymore because I thought that was a reason they were pulling me out because I said Warhammer, but I was in not the Warhammer channel. That's not it. I actually think it's a restream thing. I used to be able to set my category in Restream, and then Restream changed how you set categories to like super generic stuff. Like, I'm in gaming, or I'm in art, or... people have complained about it, and they're like, oh yeah, you can set your category in this part, but you go to that part and it's the same categories. So it's not like actually using Twitch categories. It's using like their own version of categories. I'm using Pro Acryl Dark Silver. You ever painted those Sister Organ battle tanks? I have not. No, I've painted. It's been a long time since I painted Sisters of Battle, but I painted a. It's a Castigator. It's like their Predator version, with like the like battle cannon on it and stuff. I've painted one of those, but I've never painted the Exorcist, which is the one close to Lead Belcher. Yeah, probably a little darker. It's a way better paint overall. I think anybody who has actually used Pro Acryl Dark Silver would attest to it being a way higher quality paint than Lead Belcher. Yeah, I think it's a little darker, a little cooler. Let's see, move you guys over. I have a couple of these guys. I did some silver on them, but I have to finish. The rest of the silver on them. Dark silver is my favorite paint. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Wandering Picked, I understand. And Pro Acryl is can be difficult to find, especially if you're out of the U.S. I think they just started like selling in Europe through a couple different like retailers, but yeah, it's not like it's a small company, right? They have like a dozen employees in their company. It's not like it's a big, big manufacturer. So, man, they are my favorite line of paint. There was one big UK retailer. I can't remember if it was like Wayland Games or Element Games or something that started stocking Monument Hobbies stuff. Yeah, the way to work that, Tuvan, is as you start running out of your GW colors, you can pick up the Pro Acryl ones. Man, just picking up old titanium white will completely change your mind on ever deciding to buy Citadel paints again. Element games seem to have it. Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. You guys know I actually have a creator code for Element Games. I think it's somewhere in my links on my Discord. I don't know. Is there? I don't know if I have an Element Games command. They're really easy to get a creator code, and I just did it one day and then kind of forgot about it. Yeah, honestly, I forgot about it. Wandering Pit. You order from time to time. Nice, nice. No, there's no code. Okay, all right. backpack, then we'll get the chest piece. If it's in the Discord, I can't find it. Okay, alright. I'll have to find it sometime then. Last time I started was during COVID. Death Guard felt appropriate. Yeah. That's fair. This is a custom chapter for someone, so I'm actually not sure of the chapter name. It's very much like a homebrew chapter. So, a lot of like red and silver in the color scheme. It's snowing. Yeah, it's like -3 degrees Fahrenheit here. Something crazy like that. They're called Blood Angels? No, these aren't Blood Angels. Maybe fancy like Blood Angels. Element Games. I can't remember if they have like, if it's like a link or if it's just like a coupon code. $13 degrees in Rhode Island. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Chilly out there. You guys are staying warm. Never posted. All right. Well, I apparently suck. I think I created it like on a whim. I was just like on the website, like, let me see if I can get a link, and they're like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's your link. Let me look it up here in a minute. Let's finish this guy and see if I can't find it real quick. Yep, search for the missing link, TPD. You do their shoulder trim in silver. If you guys are ever making your own Space Marine chapter, I will tell you silver and gold are the perfect secondary color for a Space Marine chapter. They pretty much go well with any color. Okay, let's look it up real quick. I think I have a way. Let's see here. Okay, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on, hold on. I might be onto something. My link. Where's my link? All right, here. I'll post this link. Yes, the Foxbite expansion is finally available. I think it was like 2 days ago or something, or yesterday. Let's see. All right, does that one work? Let's see if that one works. I should send you there. That's my link for my link for Element Games is in the links channel of Discord. So hopefully that's helpful. This big mine is going to be all silver. The brush I'm using is way too small for that, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. I said, what, 10% off Artist Opus? Or I get 10% commission on Artist Opus stuff? I don't know. Yeah. If you happen to order from Element Games, I'm not sure if there's coupon codes involved with that. I didn't see anything about coupon codes, but, you know, if you like toss me a couple dollars and not paying any extra. The holder's sold out. Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah. I might order a set of those the holder expansions, the extra caps. Whips posted. Eventually I have to get back to these after I finish my death guard. Yeah. It's alright. Take a look in a minute. Seems to work. Oh, cool. Yeah, no problem. No problem. No, I'm glad glad someone reminded me of it, because I just didn't even think about it this whole time. Let's see, we got you. Okay, okay. Here we're doing things properly. Quite possibly the worst streamer out there. I don't think there's specifically a discount or like any extra coupons. I have banner images though. Yeah, it's literally just a way to get me a commission, which might be why I didn't really promote it much, because like what's the incentive for you guys, you know? But again, it's really easy to get that link. Like I didn't have to apply for anything. I literally just like
to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Just like filled out a little thing on their website and they gave me the links. So, hey, thank you. Was that a YouTube subscriber? Welcome in. Thank you very much. Your name will pop up here in a minute in chat. I'd be happy to mention your name and thank you personally, but thank you. Thank you. I might as well if I'm ordering anyway. Right, yeah, that's a thing. But, you know, it's... To me, it's not the same to telling people about it when it's like, hey, you know, give me money, I need money, please. You know, like, that's a lot different than, like, you get a discount and I get a little bit of something. You know, again, none of these affiliate things are like... None of them are like life-changing money for me, you know. It's like a couple dollars a month at the most, so... Did it unset my category again? Did it, like, take me back out? Oh, you're testing. Okay. Cool. Exclamation point M. Just type in exclamation point M and it sets me in the category. That's cool. Alright, I'll do that. Sorry if it gave everybody another commercial. Or more ads. I'm not trying to get ad money from you guys. Not that much. Thanks, Zen. I appreciate it. We're painting 10 of these, but I already had 5 of them with a lot of the silver on them, so... we gotta do the majority of it on 5 of them, then we're gonna go back through all of them and make sure we get the rest of the silver on everybody. What chapter are you painting? the question of the day. It is a custom chapter for a commission, so I'm honestly not sure the name of the chapter. If the client comes in, I'll ask him. He can answer that question for everybody. It's only when I paint Red Space Marines do people ask me these kind of questions. Like, not just what chapter, but, like, how are you painting your red? It's never like, you know, TPD, how are you painting blue? How are you painting your green? It's just Marine red. I need to see it. I need to know how. That. It's not First Legion, it's not the best. Alright. Might be playing against a Dark Angels player in some Heresy this weekend. If I can get the game set up. The silver chest plate. Yeah, it's like a nice little touch. Breaks up the red a little bit. Trying my best to mimic the color scheme. The person giving me these minis, though, is a really good painter, so the pressure's on. Which red? This is burnt red with a flesh wash over it. That's all I've done with the red. I am going to do some manual highlights with it. Excuse me. let's get a bigger brush and we'll paint this. Nights after my dreadnought's done. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. Girlfriend's Redemptor Dread. She's painting Dark Angels. That's cool. Very nice. Lighter over giving it a worn look. Yeah, yeah. All right, enjoy your meeting, man. Glad you got to work from home, Zen. Okay. Big old landmine from the Incursors. Yeah, yeah, a nice silver looks good for the joints in the dreadnought. I'm a big fan of a more like mid-tone silver, but if you're using pro acryl, you're mixing paints, and I don't know if people are cool with that. You know, if you're fine to mix paints, then I use 2 parts silver, 1 part dark silver. With the silver, we'll go through with black, get all the inner joints and everything on these guys. Or I'm using it's a dark neutral gray is what I'm using for my black. I have dark silver. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dark silver's a good one. Dark silver is a really good color. What happens when you wash it with like a black wash, like a lot of people do with their silvers, you know, me included, it almost turns the dark silver black. Which can be good and bad. You know, you start from like a really dark, like base color, you know. However, if you don't wash it, you still have a nice good like dark base coat that you can build up. Especially like a normal silver, just dry brushing normal silver over dark silver looks really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Post in Discord. Are you asking if you can? Yeah, you can post in Discord. Are you want me to go look at it? Yeah, that's right. I gotta go look at your post. Hold on. I want to see the things. Let me paint this backpack and then I'll hop in Discord. I did when I jumped on my phone to look at the Element games. I saw like 100 people would post in Discord. So. Oh, she isn't. She needs a link. Exclamation point Discord. We'll give you a link to the Discord. There you go. Thanks, Lord of Trek. Appreciate it. Yeah, the new Eldar rules are pretty bonkers. It really looks like they just got 6 stratagems that they get to use on top of the stratagems for detachment rule. No, I not like stratagems. I started playing a 40k game with my son. We set up and played the first turn, and it's going really good. It's a lot of fun. We're not playing with stratagems. We are playing with like faction rules though, so we added a little more, and it's 1,000 points, so we're playing a little bigger battle than the last one we played. But he's playing as Ultramarines. He took Marnius Calgar in a 1,000-point game. He wanted to play against my Genestealer Colts, so I am playing Genestealer Colts, which I have not played in 10th edition, so I don't know what the rules are like. My dog in a plastic bag inside the dreadnought. That's so weird. That's so weird, Trek. Oh man. Oh man, the Necrons look good. That is that Necron Overlord mini. That's like the standard plastic one, right? I don't have that one with the big scythe and the Resurrection Orb. It looks good. Man, I like the guard and everything. That's cool. It's cool. Yeah, Dreadnought's looking good. Look at all everybody's posting their Redemptor Dreadnoughts. It's amazing. I believe every day's a good day when you pay. Sarah Elizabeth, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. 3 years ago. Okay, this Dreadnought's 3 years old. No, looks good. I like the, I'm a big fan of dry brushing, especially on like marine vehicles and everything. Just like Imperial vehicles, it's the way to go in my opinion. What? Please tell me it's like you're in like an old ladies who treat their dogs as their children kind of group. And they're all like, yeah. We need the immortal dog. Oh, it's a Warhammer group. Okay. It's not weird. I got likes on Facebook. I don't know how to break this to you guys. People on the internet aren't real. And I'm sorry if you felt differently, but especially places like Facebook. Facebook was just literally openly talking about adding AI people into their as accounts for reasons, and they're like, oh no, we're not going to do that anymore. And like, who knows how long they've been doing that, if they feel comfortable enough to like admit it. And yeah. Away from Tamiya Glue, have you tried out testers? I did try out testers. My issue with testers, their non-toxic stuff, was the delivery method. So was the containers. Testers has always been very like gel-like, and basically just seeps out of the bottles. So I had real trouble getting good consistent amounts of glue. It was either nothing was coming out or way too much, and it was constantly like leaking out of the testers tubes from the 2 different testers containers I tested. Tamiya limonene, that's the stuff I use now. So the Tamiya limonene is in the glass bottle like the Tamiya extra thin. It's just a little thicker than the Tamiya extra thin, but it has the brush and everything, and it works perfect. So For super glue, yes. For plastic glue, no. No, the liquid is better in my opinion for plastic glue. Just because of how plastic glue works. Yeah, yeah. Super glue though, yeah, gel all the way. Liquid super glue is a nightmare. But you know, I really like, and I continue to buy because I like it. The Pro Acryl or Pro Affix. There's super glue. It's like the gap filling super glue. It works amazing. The Pro Acryl super glue does something I have never had a super glue do, in that it bonds tighter than like the original pieces. So, you know, I will glue minis to bases temporarily to paint them, and I'll put the tiniest little dab of super glue. And what happens when I go to pull the minis off the bases, it normally takes a chunk of the base out. So the glue stays put. It's the base that'll break, which has led to a lot of frustration. But you know, a freezer still works. But still, like I think that's a good testament to a good super glue when it holds so well that it will break. It'll break minis before the glue comes off. So keep some liquid glue around for careful use. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah. I do. Yeah, I do have some liquid super glue. I haven't used it in a long time though. I'd be surprised if it's all dried out. Yeah, it's nice because my local store sells the Monument super glue, so the Pro Affix, so I can support my local store while getting really high quality super glue. Never had to build over the last few days. Yeah, all right. Let's take a look. We're gonna continue. We got trim. Make sure their belts are done. We'll try to get some stuff done. Oh dang! Oh, it's so cool, man. Canoptic Doomstalkers are my favorite Necron mini. If the Triarchs, if they didn't have a little dude sitting on top, they would be one of my favorite minis. But if I ever had one of those or got one of those, I would find a 3D print kit that would cover that up or remove that. More like the big Canoptic or Seroptic, whatever, the big super heavy thing. Yeah, that's a lot of assembly though. And super glue in a little bottle with a brush applicator. What kind of brush it was? Not fingernail painting type. I tried. They glued up right away. Yeah, that sounds like GW. Yeah, the Doomstalkers are super easy to put together. Yeah, I have two of them. I got them in the same box set. It was an old holiday box set a couple years ago. And yeah, the whole set was quick to put together. Good. Oh, okay, huh. I've maybe purchased GW super glue once in my life. Maybe. That had to have been a long time ago. Okay, some silver on the helmet. Cool. Shoulders. Let's go back through. Yep, we need to get the... some things on these minis here. This piece up here.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank
Hey,
you.
Faring, thank you for the follow.
To your home.
It was free to you at the time. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it's really hard to beat free, right? Shoulder trim. Put in the time. I think you can win a golden demon. Do I think so? No. Well, I don't think I can. And I don't particularly care. I'm not big on like painting competitions, so I'll celebrate with you guys when you enter them and you know, and all that, but is not for me. I would rather compete with the gaming side than the painting side. The painting side to me just seems like not my thing. I don't like to paint to like try to beat others. I like to paint to you know, have cool looking armies and enjoy the hobby and also to make money, but you know, I like enjoying what I'm doing. Cement was it? I had to buy a batch of their cement. Got them to allow me to just let me take the thing. Okay. Oh. Interesting. $90 something? I'm sure I could. High level, very specific. Yeah. Yeah, if I had my current painting skills compared to like 1990s Golden Demons, then, you know, maybe I'd probably have a shot. It's on such a level now that it's like it's not even bother worth considering. This whole torso here. Could finish 50 other models in the amount of time. Yeah. Definitely my thought. I mean, I would love to like sit down and spend a couple weeks on like a really cool mini. I am not able to do that. No problem, Tuvon. You have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Go, Sue. What's going on, man? Destroy my self-confidence looking at other competitors. Yeah. I have plenty of ways to destroy my self-confidence. Thank you. I don't need another one. Gone to art school? Yeah. That would have been cool. I think when I was at the point of deciding on college, the thought of painting minis for a living wasn't even like that's not even like a thing. You know, and that was like mid 2000s, so it wasn't even like that long ago. It was just like, I can't imagine someone being like, man, I just want to paint minis for the rest of my life. And so you decide to go to art school to get like a 1-up on it. But Herbie just, someone asked if I feel like if I spend enough time, if I could win a golden demon. And basically I was like, I don't particularly care, because I'm not a big fan of like paint competitions. And you know, I will happily celebrate with anyone who is entering or competing in them or does well in them, like yourself, Gosu. But it's just not my jam. I want to go to art school for illustration. Your mom vetoed. Oh, that's too bad. That's good for that guy. Let's get this one. Try not to make it worse. Try local painting competitions. That's cool. Yeah, it's funny. You know, me being the painting dad, I'll go to events and like tournaments and stuff, and I don't win best painted. Normally my army's like, when I paint an army for something, it is very much like for like function, you know, like I want to get my minis done, and it's probably a shame, like, you know, that I'm not even getting like best painting awards and stuff. But I went to that Lord of the Rings tournament. My buddy Killacam got best painted, so we were super proud of him for that. But yeah, I don't even get that. Some of the minis I bring to these are like older minis, though. Stakes on the stone. I don't know why this guy's chest plate wasn't painted. Maybe I was just trying to keep them different. You have painting competitions, paint something you would have fun with, enjoy. Yeah. My advice, Wondering Picked, is man, I've had this. I don't know if you guys have had this thought over the past little while about 40k specifically. Like, man, I have my desire to play 40k is so little, and it's not because I don't have fun playing 40k. My problem with playing 40k is, if I want to do something like, I really like the look of the new Eldar minis. And ever since I was literally a kid, I had told myself, like, I remember those Dire Avengers came out, the plastic Dire Avengers, and I was like, man, if Eldar had, like, more plastic, like all the plastic aspect warriors, I'd totally get into an Eldar army. And I feel like that. I'm like, man, I want to get into an Eldar army. That'd be great. And now they have all these plastics coming out. The Warp Spider Phoenix Lord looks amazing. Like, that mini looks so good. And Warp Spiders are always my favorite aspect warriors. So, like, having new plastics, like, man, it's so cool. It'd be so cool to get into an Eldar army. This is a perfect chance. But I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to buy these Eldar. And, yeah, they did. They killed it. Yeah, they look great. I'm going to buy these plastic Eldar. I'm going to assemble them. I'm going to start painting them. By the time I get an Eldar army painted up, the rules are going to be completely different in 40k. And it's different when it's like, it's a little different when it's like my Space Marine army. Like the new detachments came out. There's that cool like Librarius Conclave or whatever, the new Space Marine detachment. I'm like, man, that looks like fun to run. Like I can just get like I could just get like a couple more librarians and like one or two more units and I could get it, but I'm like, man, by the time I have it painted, the rules are gonna be done and changed in 3 months after that comes out. Like what's I play in a local group. If I want to play something good, which I don't play like competitively like Warhammer or anything like that. Like not anymore. Like it's too much. But like it's like I spend hundreds of dollars. I spend hours and hours painting these minis, and then I have maybe 2 months of actual playtime with them before it's done away with, recycled, and I have to pick something else, and I just repeat the cycle. And I understand eventually I'll have like all the minis and the full army and everything, but like there's going to be new stuff and things that'll be different, and like I don't want to do that. That's exhausting. You have friends that play consistently. I mean, I live in an area with a ton like game groups for pretty much everything. 2 cows, yeah. So I have friends that would play. I could get a game, this weekend if I wanted to schedule one. Like that's not necessarily the problem, and it's working with my own time because I have a job and a kid, and painting wife works, and like it's just finding that time. But like I'm not seeing the value of collecting a 40k army. So with that in mind, I was thinking like, well, maybe just like collecting something just to paint for the fun of it. And I don't know, man. It's hard to justify like $50 purchases when I have other armies for other games I want to collect minis for and things like that. It's a whole thing, but like it kind of kills my motivation for 40k when everything changes so fast. It's not like Magic where you buy the cards, you have the cards, you play the cards. Like you buy the cards at the store and you play them that day, and you can play 4 games in an afternoon or whatever. It's not that. It's a big hobby commitment And to take that hobby commitment and to narrow it down into 3-month cycles is crazy. Like that's way too fast. Way too fast. I love that things get adjustments. I love, that if something's bad for an edition, you don't have to wait for a whole other edition for it to be good. But like, the speed at which things happen is a detriment at this point. I've been trying to get me into 40k OS and Old World at the same time. The amount of numbers in the game is daunting. Yeah. The Old World's where it's at, because that game's not going to change for a while. Like, you have time to collect an army, unless something like drastic happens with like GW and the way they write rules. But I think my determination would be based on this summer if Heresy gets a full new edition, or if they're just getting a new set with like some updated rules. Like, that would be my thought. Middle Earth, they just got a new edition at the end of the year. They had their edition since 2018, so a 6-year cycle is pretty good. It still doesn't feel great because of how they changed the edition, and I am still waiting to determine if I'm going to play New Middle Earth or not, because they haven't released the rest of the armies yet, like the rules for the rest of the armies. But several editions without buying models. The rulebook, without buying the rule books while in school. $60 book times art. Yeah, exactly, Ghost Hawks. No, you're right. Things are too fast. When I was in the hobby when I was younger, GW would release a new 40k army every 4 months and a new Warhammer Fantasy army every 4 months. So there was like this 2 months out of 4, maybe every 3 months for some of them. That was like really fast. You would get a new codex release, which was good and bad. It was good because you had your army, and sometimes your codex wouldn't get updated for 6 or 7 years. And there weren't as many armies either. There weren't Admech or Knights or Custodes or Agents of the Imperium, or there's all kinds of stuff that wasn't there. But what you got was what you got. And you could collect an army, could fill out a force organization chart and get the things you needed slowly. And then when they changed or there were new models, you're like, cool, I have the basis for everything else. I can I can buy the new minis because I already have all the other things included, right? 6 years would be great to have breathing room. Yeah, Ghost Hawks. I agree. Again, Horus Heresy has been a breath of fresh air for that fact, just because what I have is what I have, and they have added stuff to Heresy, but they haven't like changed much besides like 2 FAQs I think they've put out. I think we're due for a 3rd FAQ, but they're not changing points on anything. So, unfortunately, if there's a unit you really like and they're absolutely horrid, they're not going to be improved at all. But there's some things that are way overtuned or kind of broken. But also, Heresy isn't really made to be a competitive game, and people trying to make a competitive game I think are kind of fighting against the wind. If you're just playing to have fun and set up cool battles and paint cool minis, like, you're going to have a blast with Heresy, and you're not going to have to worry about everything being invalidated every couple months. It's a great feeling. Competitive Heresy is a joke. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah. What do we got? So I prefer skirmish games. Only need a couple boxes. Yeah, that's true. I'm not into skirmish games as much just because they don't tickle my brain quite the same way. Like, my power fantasy is apparently being the general of a giant army or an empire or something, and so the bigger the games get, like, the cooler they are to me typically. So I like having a bunch of minis on the board and doing all that. But no, I get the feeling with skirmish, kill team and such. You might get a codex in edition. Yeah, you might get a codex in an edition. Sometimes you have to wait 4 or 5 editions even to get a codex. At one point, the Dark Eldar Codex was like 12 years old before it got its update. I think it was 12 years before it got an update. It was a meme about how old and crappy those models were and that Codex was. And they got their update, and they're still the most gorgeous line of 40k minis that are out there. It's like being the best historical reenactor. Yeah, exactly. But you can play 40k, it can't keep up the rules changes. Not even Codex, it's quarter. Yeah, the quarterly changes. Yeah, yep. No, that's kind of what I'm talking about, Frankie. Is the game state is changed so frequently, it's difficult to keep up, and that's not good for a game that takes you months to paint an army, right? Like, it's really bad, actually. Yeah, and Ghost Hawks, I can see it. I can see, like, the quarterly updates can be really nice for the sole fact that you can always kind of be assured that the game is going to be relatively balanced, right? They're always working toward that balanced state. Catering to competitive players, I think, is... I guess it's good to have an outlet for that. You know, like... I think games in general, like between video games and miniature games, have focused way too much on competitive play. You know, 40k has definitely become a game that's focused more on balance over fun. And I think 10th edition is like the epitome of that. 9th edition, they were figuring it out. They tried to make like a really fun edition. They're like, wait a minute. We can sell more if we change things frequently and we balance things and all that stuff. And so they did it. And that's just kind of that. Used to be too slow, not fix things, now they're too fast. Yeah, yep. Like running my 30k Iron Wars, I don't want to jump on this end of the edition. Yeah. And we don't know if it's an actual new edition or if it's just like an adjustment, right? Like if it's like a 2.5. I do think one of the nice things about Heresy is it's been very like hobbyist friendly as a game. Same with the Old World. The Old World's been very much that way too. So, and I really enjoy that. You know, and they might take away miniatures or rules for miniatures without, you know, or units without models. That might happen. But there's still 1,000 different units in the game. Painting an army to keep in the meta. I paint the models I want to paint. Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine. It just feels bad when you're like, man, this looks like a really cool like list idea, and I want to run this at my local store. So let me paint these models to get them ready to play. You know, you could just put them together and throw them on the board, and you know, but I can't make myself do that. You know, but by the time they're painted, like everything's changed, and that list is like horrible, or the strategy you had doesn't work anymore. So it's like you're playing a simulator over a tabletop game. Yeah, right. Bold Action is a very competitive focused game, though. So Bold Action is a very tight rule set, and very much made with like easy adjustments and like gameplay in mind. Missed the spot on the rails. Did I? Okay. I'll have to go back and get it. But yeah, you're playing on the last mini. Alright, I'll grab. Okay. Thank you. It's worth to try to start with. AdMech is crazy. AdMech's pretty good, though, right now. They were terrible at the beginning of the edition and through most of the edition. But, you know, now they're pretty decent, so who knows how long that's going to last. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll go back and get it. The rails of the gun. That's good. Just had the whole gun. Nah, he's fine. Epic 40k, yeah. It was soulless, really, yeah. Man, Epic. We tried. Me and Zen tried. It was a Net EA, I think, was the rules that we tried. It's like the community rule set. And it was really good, yeah. And Ghost Talks, I kind of agree with you, where Horse Heresy feels more like 40k than current 40k. Current 40k is this weird like you just move pieces on the board and yeah, it's like arbitrary type like objectives to score points where like, you know, there's points and objectives and stuff to score in Heresy, but there's like so much more narrative to it. Even with like the mission types, and they're not like always balanced. Some of them are just ridiculously unbalanced. Especially if you play a mortal army like Solar Ox or even the Mechanicum, like more scenarios than not are like horribly unbalanced against those armies. But it's cool. Like people play those armies because they're fun and they're neat, not because, you know, they're going to win games with them. There are a ton of minis on the board and seeing thousands of nids. Yeah, you're like little bases of like Termagants and Hormagaunts are super cool. There's like 100 of them on each base. My Death Corps trying to hold the line. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, whatever they were, they're like all on top of each other and stuff. It's like a pile of Tyranids. It's great. Oh no. No. Oh dang it. Oh well. We're gonna highlight those fingers. Stop selling Eldar codexes. Yeah. Do you have 5th edition codexes on you? Perchance? Groovy? I went in on a Kickstarter, guys, which something I don't do often anymore. But it was a guy that made tabs. He makes tabs for rulebooks. So he was doing his Horus Heresy books, and so I got the tabs for 3 different books, I think, and it was like $20. And they go on the top and side down the book, and it like marks all the different parts of the book. Have the covers cut off. Oh, okay. But I also got. I added on for the Warhammer or the Old World core rule book, and it was like $6, less than it was like $6 with free shipping to get those added in. So I have some like cool tabs for books, so I'm pretty excited about that because GW rulebooks are really difficult to find what you're looking for. So, okay. We finished the dark silver. Let's get our dark neutral gray. We're gonna get all the inner joint areas. Wandering Pig, you have a great afternoon, evening, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna do some dark neutral gray. I have quite a few 5th edition codexes. I don't know if I have the Eldar one. But, Space Marines, Guard, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Dark Eldar, Tyranids, Chaos? I don't have Chaos or not. The 40k edition where Space Marines and Terminators went from 25 to whatever. So Terminators were 40 mil for a long time. At least since 4th edition, Terminators were 40 mil. I would want to say 7th edition was when Space Marines went from 25 to 32 mil. Like regular tacticals and stuff. Power Armor Marines. I think 7th might have been it. Because I remember they repackaged the Tactical Marines set and put them on larger bases when I was still involved in the game. And 7th was kind of my last little stint in the game before I kind of dropped out for a while. I tried 2 games of 8th edition and despised it. No, they were still in 25s and 5th. Through all of 5th. You know what, Spill Paint Pot? I don't think it matters. Like, if you're playing with a group of people, I think everyone would kind of understand the base size thing. And my thought was always, it was always like, base size kind of works both ways. Like, it's good and bad to have a bigger base, right? So I don't think you're necessarily playing with an advantage playing with a mini on a larger base. If you have a group that's playing, maybe they'll be cool. I can't remember if Terminators are on 25s in 3rd edition. I'd have to get out my 3rd edition rulebook and take a look. I think that's it for the inner joints. Yeah, alright. The next one. Disembark on Land Raider. Staying within 2 inches. That's true, yeah, but I also feel like that's a really good point, but I feel like if you have a group that's playing older editions like that, they're probably the type that's not going to get super intense about little things like that. Right. There was actually a group somewhat local to me that I found out later. They were doing an old editions league, like a 5th edition league. And I was so jealous when I found that out. But I imagine they would let people use modern minis in their 5th edition, or at least modern base sizes in their 5th edition armies. But I would totally bring my my 30k Thousand Suns. Just need to paint up some heavy weapons for the infantry. I could have a bunch of tactical squads. Shouldn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah, I bought my first set of Terminators in 4th edition, and they were on 40 mil bases. So if that affects what you think about when things happened. That was when they put gold on the Ultramarines instead of yellow. Small anyway. See 2 to 3 hits. Yeah. It's also more difficult for them to get, like, well, I guess Terminators don't really care about cover, but like larger base sizes, it'd be more difficult to get cover. The Metal Deathwing Terminators back in 3rd. Nice, yeah. This guy's like abdomen. Okay. Should we the prior high elves unit like Sisters of the Watch? Yeah. So I should just play Old World, man. You can print conversion bases. You just take the Old World, just put them right in the square bases, or take the round bases and put them in the square bases. I think Mini Wargaming sells them, the STLs and the physical ones. And since they made the base size larger for everything in the Old World, like the round bases fit just fine inside of those. You can get them as movement trays as well, kind of like the old War of the Ring movement trays, which is even easier. You just print out one thing and you can have your whole unit on them. Alright. Just halfway done with this color. We're going to move on to some brown and get all the leathers. I need to check and see if the like belt is included in that. All the pouches and stuff will be a brown leather. We're going to start a little lighter. We'll wash it down and be a little darker, and then we'll build up from there. I don't think I posted anything on Instagram yet today. I'll get that. I'll get my Instagram post going after stream. I should still have daily posts left for a while. I'm trying to keep up a little bit. I'm definitely going to run out of daily finished mini posts. Like another month or so. I just added some more photos too to the queue. Get behind their ankles. So I forgot to get this guy. If you don't have Instagram, I'm also posting on Threads and Blue Sky, so kind of just posting the same thing on each of them to kind of keep up. Anybody hobbying today? Be home from work or off work, or maybe just working from home and choosing not to actually work? What you guys got going on? We talked about LVO on Sunday evening, and I saw people posting more videos of different people cheating, like that placed like really high in the tournament. It was funny. This rando with like 20 subscribers, I was getting recommendations of his videos, like talking about how someone who placed really high was just cheating in their games on stream. Playing Path of Exile 2. Nice. Worked on Sigismund. Yeah, your Sigismund's looking really good, dude. Dinner should be ready in 10-ish minutes. Nice. We made chili on Sunday and ate those leftovers yesterday. It was good. Good weather for some chili. Nice. Working on prosecutors for Stormcast. That's awesome. Commissar Possum. Sounds like fun. You know, I've never painted Stormcast. I don't paint a lot of Age of Sigmar anyway, though, so it's kind of on me. But Stuff at work almost all day today. Just meetings. Yeah, that sucks. Wish I was hobbying. I'm at work. Yeah, it sucks. Transfers for 20 minis. All right. That's cool. For me, transfers are always like one of the last steps. So, I'm always really excited when I'm doing transfers because I know the minis are almost done. Spearhead event in a couple months. Oh, nice. All right. File found in printing. Brewer's belt for resin printer. Oh, cool. All right. You guys got a lot going on. That's cool. Good to hear. I finished up some minis this weekend, including some commission minis I need to ship out. All those the Votan stuff I painted. Have to actually ship it. I'm more excited than I thought I'd be for new Soul Blight Gravelords. Yeah. They look good, man. Classic fantasy minis. Just good stuff. Also, you could tell those minis were originally made for Warhammer Fantasy, but we don't have to get into that discussion again. No, they look good. I agree. I would like to get some when they come out. I'm just surprised they're dumping the Eldar on everybody so quick. Transfers are in the middle. Okay. Well, hey, cool. You're on the back half then. Yeah. Washing and weathering over the transfers is the way to go. I did that a bunch with my Solar Auxilia Dracosan. Looks really good. The weathering on top of the transfer. So I have High Elves, 3 Dragons, small unit of Headless Dragon Princes, and a small unit of Sword Masters. Nice. Hey, apparently there's more minis coming for Heresy Thursday this week, so probably another Centurion or Praetor mini, but that's still cool. I have my pre-order of my LGS. Now I'll just wait for EC Thousand Suns over the next several months. Nice. Yeah, the crazy Eldar stuff just popping up. GW messed with their release order or something. Something funky's going on at GWs with their like supply chain or something. They already dropped the Warsmith models. I don't know. They've announced it. I don't know if it's really. I don't think it's released yet. I don't remember seeing a thing. Same month. Yeah, Emperor's Children will probably be in the next couple weeks in February. I thought Eldar would be like a February, early February, maybe late February for announcement for Emperor's Children, but it looks like it's going to be a lot sooner. Probably February for Guard Codex. And, you know, the rest of the stuff, the command squad and the heavy weapons teams and everything, individual sets. I really like the Krieg minis. Again, it's that whole thing of like, you know, I could collect a Krieg army for Heresy Militia, but oh, no. That is it is so expensive. Order sales gonna be high, yeah. When is it not high for GW anymore? They're just making so much money. It's crazy. More Heresy things. I want some Heresy stuff, incentive to buy plastics. I think I'm gonna get a Malcador and Furnace though, guys. It'll be my first super heavy. No, my first no, not my first Lord of War. Never mind. Yeah. It's not even a super heavy, is it? So, it'll be my first Lord of War tank. My first Lord of War mini was actually Magnus. Yeah, and the Infernus, the Malcador Infernus, it's a Lord of War, so it's not like a normal vehicle. You can only have like one of them or whatever. But it's not super heavy, so it dies super quick. It can die in one shot, unlike normal super heavies. No, they're not Lord of Wars. Sorry, no, they aren't. They are no. Okay, yeah, never mind. They are Lord of Wars. They're not super heavies. That's what it is. Yeah. So you can't just put them in a normal detachment. You have to get a Lord of War detachment to field them. But they still die in one shot, and they still give victory points, I think, when they die. Yeah. They also go boom really big. I pick High Elves to play again in the Old World. I'm printing, so I think they. Yeah, they didn't remake the old High Elf minis. Yeah. You got to think like not that I'm just like do print away. You do what you got to do, you know. But the Old World is like they're definitely doing like the minimum investment to gauge the interest and to kind of grow it. And then I think they're gonna slowly start putting out new minis if they do like a 1.5 edition or a second edition Old World. Then they're gonna go through and they're gonna be like, hey, we're redoing the basic infantry for these guys and these guys and. Personally, I hate the Empire State Troops. The Empire State Troops minis are complete garbage. The older set Empire State Troops, like the 5th edition ones, are the best ones. The professional looking, like marching soldiers, the crazed lunatic, half barefoot Empire State Troops is embarrassing to the Empire, honestly. Like, I've always hated those minis. Rule the fuel tank behind it. You roll a certain way, it should explode. Yeah. I think the thing does explode, and you would measure from the fuel tank, I think, also. So, I imagine that's kind of part of it, but yeah. Yeah, Surprise Army is Cathay. It's all but guaranteed. Like, that's just what it is, Ghost
First of all,
Hawks.
let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Everybody found the image where it came from, and it is an image of Cathay. Hey, Ejecutor 5, welcome. Welcome in. How are you doing? Which is cool. Cathay is super cool, but yeah, it's Cathay. I always said I'd want a Cathay Dragon because they're cool. Like Eastern Dragon would sounds like it would look awesome as a miniature. Oh, 1 second. Get a stretch and a drink of water. We're gonna do next color on these guys. I don't know if I showed this, but this was my finished 8th and Heavy Sentinel with the magnetized weapons. But I just put the flamethrower and the little missile battery, the 8th and missiles on here, not the hunter killers. Still super cool. I like this guy. Hey Kodiak, what's going on? Yeah, your Dark Elves. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, Ghost Hawks, in my humble opinion, not being one of the main factions, being one of the Legends factions, is a bonus, not a disadvantage. Especially if you already have the minis. Because you only need to buy one book to play the game, which is the core rulebook. You don't have to buy any Arcane Journal. There's no Forces of Fantasy or Ravening Hordes book. You just buy the rulebook, and you know your rules are going to be the same for a long time. So you're set. As long as you have a way to get a hold of minis, you're good to go. It's great. I've been loving it as a Vampire Counts player. Yeah, yes, that's all you need, dude. Yeah, Dark Elves doing better. There was actually some controversy at LVO. I don't know if you read about this, Ghost Hawks. They had a big 70, 80 person tournament for the Old World, and GW offered to support it. And the tournament organizers were like, "Great, yeah, cool, we'll have your support. You know, get prize support and stuff from GW." GW put their requirements out. One of the requirements are you don't use any Legends armies. Because, you know, if GW supports it, you can't use Legends armies. The TOs declined. They said no. They said, we'd rather have Legends armies and not have your support than have to cut out, not only cut out all the players, but like, yeah. Yeah, the community has been very firm that Legend armies are armies in the game. And GW runs 2 tournaments a year, and it looks like they're not going to be running anymore. So yeah, as long as they keep that requirement, people are not going to be using GW support. So Legends armies are where it's at. Yeah. Put this up real quick. Like the belts will be brown as well. Yeah, just put them on square bases, dude. Again, go on Mini Wargaming Forge or whatever it is. You can buy STLs or just buy the prints for movement trays that fit circular bases for the minis. I bought a pack, I think it was like $20 for the STLs for just movement trays, for just square movement trays. They weren't the conversion ones, I don't think. But there's maybe 50 different movement trays in there for like all the different like ranked up possibilities, all the different grid possibilities. Hey Smago, what's going on? Yeah, it is technically afternoon here. Yeah, yep. Just past noon. Yeah, I heard about that. I was quite proud of the TOs of the tournament. I mean, it's the only decision they could have made, though, right? Like, you can't come in at the last minute and say, "Hey, don't allow Legends armies," when people had already signed up and bought tickets. Like, could you imagine canceling an event after everybody already paid for all their hotels and their travel when it was probably more expensive to do so? And like what that would do to the support of of that thing, when people just waste all their hard-earned money on something like that, showing up and not being allowed to participate. That would be atrocious. Yeah, absolutely atrocious. What's a Legends army? So Kodiak, so we're talking about the context of Warhammer, the Old World. Games Workshop, back when there was Warhammer Fantasy, when like Fantasy was the game and it wasn't Age of Sigmar, there were like 15, 16 armies by the end of the game's life, and then it was canceled. They brought it back, but only 9 of the armies are official armies for Games Workshop. And there's a whole big reason why that goes into like GW restructuring their company and like not allowing competition between games, this whole thing. But 9 of the armies are like official supported armies that are like the main armies for the game. And the other 7 are what's called legends, where they got a really nice and complete PDF free army book that has their rules and all the accompanying stuff for the rules, but they're not going to get miniature releases, and they're not going to get special characters. They're not going to get their own special book later down the line. The idea is those armies don't exist, and Games Workshop played it up. I could rant about this every day, but they played it up like it's a lore reason why these armies aren't present, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it had this thing where at the last minute they pulled the rug out from the team that was designing the game, and said they didn't want competition between the armies that had miniatures involved in Age of Sigmar, with I guess a few exceptions. But so they didn't allow them to make full armies, supported armies with that. So the problem with that is all the old people that kept their armies this whole time, they all have those Legends armies and they want to play them. So all the tournament organizers are allowing these armies to be played in tournaments. It just, when Games Workshop puts on a tournament, they're not allowing it. So it's a little bit of contention between actual internet or actual tournament organizers and then the company itself with the kind of support they give to the game. It's a really poor decision. So, according to GW, and again, any kind of corporate speak when things are definitive, it's never definitive. The Legend armies are never going to get releases in the old world, according to Games Workshop. I think if there's a second edition of the game, or upper management changes anytime in the next year or two, I think that the Legend armies will eventually get releases. I think it's just going to take a few years. But I am cool having Legends rules for the next 5 years for my army, and I don't have to worry about changing them. That's fine. And if for some reason they make a new edition of Warhammer and they don't put any of the Legends armies as rules in there, people are going to make rules, and that's who I'm going to play with, or the people that accept those rules. And with that kind of game, that will never be an issue. So, hard lurk today. No problem, Blue Man. I'm glad you're chilling, man. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, the brown is just around the legs. It's like they're not getting up into the head or anything. So it's a miss from them. Yeah, it's a miss from them not to include a lot of things, like vampire counts. How can you not include vampire counts in a Warhammer Fantasy game? It's ridiculous. Or Skaven. Skaven are one of the most popular factions. Yeah, it just punishes customers. That's all it is. Yeah. Yeah, they killed Fantasy and they brought it back with, higher prices. The old world's really good, though. It's a good rule set. Yeah, Skaven are a Legends faction. Skaven, Dark Elves, Vampire Counts, Demons, Chaos Demons, Lizardmen, Chaos Dwarves, and Ogre Kingdoms. I can't imagine like Warhammer Fantasy without those factions. It doesn't make sense. You don't know anything GW before, only due to getting into other armies. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we talk about GW a lot. I paint a lot of GW minis, and they kind of are like the elephant in the room, right? So they are the big corporate monster. GW want to hedge their bet, not overextend. I think that's part of it. I think the other part is what we're seeing with other games too, where it's this internal competition, where the each game has like its own department, and the departments compete against each other for sales. So you can't allow, say, an army for the old world to purchase minis from Age of Sigmar, because you have no idea which game is getting the support when people go out and they buy Undead. That's the idea, at least. That's why Horus Heresy models aren't allowed in 40k anymore. They put all of them into Legends for 40k. Because you can't, you don't have that competition. It's because they want these departments to compete so they can tell exactly, you know, what needs cut, what needs adjustments, who needs what. Like, that's their way of figuring that out. And it's really scummy. Yeah, again, it's anti-consumer, right? It's anti-hobby, definitely. But that's what they're doing. So, and my understanding from what I had read and heard was the Old World team, and you can go back, you can read the early blog posts when they announced the Old World. It was not originally like that. It wasn't until later, and I think after rules were written, where it was decided that they were going to take all these factions and put them into Legends, because these PDFs are full armies, just like from the books for all the other ones. You like, minus the arcane journals. Like, there's nothing lacking in those armies. They were fully fledged and ready to go. It's just GW decided the last minute, like, we can't compete with minis from Age of Sigmar. So, sorry, these can't be real factions. Yeah, the weird one is Chaos, though. Warriors of Chaos and the Slaves of Darkness. Luminat for AOS, only because I wanted High Elves so bad when I was a kid. I have the Old World models, yeah. Yeah, don't play AOS then. Play the Old World. New High Elves book. The new High Elf minis are, I mean, they're old High Elf minis, but the new characters and stuff look good. I like the Trace Lord. The White Lion Lord looks really good. Anytime you have an elf with an axe and Warhammer, it looks really cool, because it's like, it's so unique. There was old artwork of White Lions fighting maybe dwarves. It's always one of my favorite pieces of artwork. Sorry, Beastman. Yeah. I acquired a whole Beastman army off someone for $100, and I'm debating selling it. I think I might sell it, because I don't know if I'm actually going to paint this army or anything, but back to the scalping thing, you know, we were talking about it the other day. I looked up the prices for each of these individual sets on, like, eBay, and it was like $900 worth of stuff. It's like, I can't get $900 out of this, like, ethically. Like, you know, the guy had a deal, and I took it. You know, and I plan on selling them, I think, but I'm not going to sell them for that much. I'm also wondering if waiting until Beastmen actually come out in the Old World and they re-release all their minis, if that would be better. Be better to wait for that, because you get to see the actual the 2025 prices. It'd be significantly more. I don't want to sell on eBay, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell on eBay. I just feel like I'd have to charge more on eBay, because they take a big cut. These minis are coming together. We're going to get some just so we prep ourselves here. We got some black out. You don't need 500 models in the old world now? Yeah. Yeah, selling some beastmen to fund more of those undead would be nice. I do want to tell you guys, I got my I ordered shelving to remodel my workroom here. So one of my 2025 goals was to like remodel this room. Not like full remodel, I'm not like knocking down walls or painting or anything, but completely reorganizing, you know, making my space more efficient, doing all that. So yeah, those are ordered. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, I don't know if I need to take a day off streaming or something. We'll see, depending on how I have to move things. But yeah, I'll be. Gotta have my studio set up. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited. It's basically adding a lot more shelving and like moving some other shelving and rearranging some stuff, and just trying to make efficient use of my space. Yeah. Hey, Dork Depot, what's going on? It's early for you. What's happening? How was LVO? So good, nice. Good, that's great. Dork Depot has been posting on Instagram videos of meeting people and his experiences and stuff, which has been cool. Yeah, all right, halfway done. Hey, Black Sword, what's going on? It's been a while. How are you doing? It's going really well, yeah. We're having a good time painting some Incursors of a custom chapter whose name I don't remember or know. Contacts and Where's Depot game was fun. Okay, nice, nice. You gave away a bunch of stuff. That's really cool. That's what I have to do if I go to a convention. Bring stuff to give away. Been really good. That's good. Good. Just an improvement for that terrain. Dude, that terrain piece looks gorgeous. I don't know how much time you spent painting that, but that is an incredible piece of terrain. Yeah, if people are welcome to go. It's in the whips, right? In the Discord. People have advice. I mean, there's better painters than me hanging out here right now, so maybe they'll have some good advice, but I think it looks solid. More fun with the old war than 40k the past 5 years. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Drift Builder. Old World's got the good nostalgia, and I think maybe has a little bit less toxic mainstream community, I guess. Yeah, nostalgia. The rules are good. Yeah, yeah. The rulebook's terribly laid out, but the rules are good. I think if they did something to give infantry a little more staying power, I think the game would be completely solid. Yeah, the wood elves. Yeah, the wood elf fix. Yeah, having some like things to make infantry a little better, I think would go a long way. Past 4 a.m. where you are, Blacksword. Dang. Okay. All right, I get that. I used to do that, man. I used to have to be up at work. I had to be at work at 4 a.m. with the job I had, and sometimes I just wake up at like 2, just to like have the time to wake up and do whatever. Can't play dwarven heavy infantry. Yeah, yeah. No, dwarves are good. I played a game against my buddies, high elves, and he melted a unit of 20 skeletons and both characters with a what was this spell? It was like Flames of the Phoenix, maybe. One cast killed, I think, 16 of the 20 skeletons, and then he did something else and killed the rest of them, and left the 2 heroes out on their own. The 2 heroes that were in the unit, and then killed both of them with shooting. One of those was my battle standard bear. I was kind of like, all right, game over. Like let's reset. Try this again. Yeah, crazy bit of luck. Like overall, it seems like magic isn't quite as strong, but losing the battle standard was rough. Also, my 3 spellcasters kept miscasting on like everything they did. It was ridiculous. I miscasted twice on my level 4 in 3 turns, and twice on my corpse card dude. Yeah, I wasn't able to dispel his spells. I was rolling terribly on my spellcasters. I gotta do some work on some miniatures. Nearly have my pile of shame for my Space Marines assembled. Nice. Okay. Cut brass rods. Yeah. Good pair of clippers that are made for like something heavy duty, maybe. Don't use your ones you use for minis. Way to break those really quick. End up using it for laughs to save my opponent card from being destroyed a turn earlier. Nice. You take the beer cart with your dwarves. That's funny. I doubt you're cutting that thick a gauge of a brass rod, but yeah, definitely don't use your like hobby ones. You'll ruin them so fast. Like first time you use them, you're like, oh cool, I got a dent in my clippers. warriors halfway across the field in turn 1. Yeah, because it gives them extra movement, right? You drink Bugman's brew and just go crazy. Dwarves are great. Oh, gotcha. Alright. So you just infantry rush people with dwarves. They have no idea what's going on. You just move like 18 inches with your dwarves in one turn. That's pretty cool though. My undead can't really do that. I was doing is it Van Hell's Dance Macabre, I think, was the spell to give you all your dudes reserve move. That helps a little bit, but my guys, I can't march, and they only move 4 inches. So, you know, double speed is great, but it's still rough. Then the marching column, nice. Harbor Freight wire cutters. Yeah, you just want something cheap. You know, unless you don't have a Harbor Freight near you, but you can find a cheap hardware store. I doubt they have Harbor Freight in Europe or Asia or Australia or anything, so... Go to the black casing and some stuff on their helmets. Black next. Local Hammer Barn. Oh man, he's Australian. I know Hammer Barn. I didn't know that was a real store. But I have seen that Bluey episode enough times. That's great. I'm sorry, Black Sword. Your entire national existence comes down to Bluey episodes for me, so... Oh, it's not okay. You guys call it Hammer Barn now? Man, I love Australia. You guys just come up with nicknames for everything, and they're hilarious every time. All right, so it's a Bunnings warehouse, but Hammer Barn isn't real. But everybody calls it Hammer Barn. That's amazing. Is it because of Bluey? Is that why you guys call it Hammer Barn? I can imagine the owners of that store just so mad. They just lost all brand recognition. Yeah, my son doesn't watch Bluey so much anymore. I'm kind of sad about that because I enjoy Bluey. Dances along with the intro. My son, he hates TV intros. I don't know what his deal is, but man, he hates them. Probably because me and the painting wife would sing the Bluey theme song to him every time. Stop! He gets so mad. The logo is just a big red hammer, and the store looks exactly like Hammer Barn, but instead of yellow and orange, it's green and red. They actually did special events where some stores are rebranded for a weekend. Okay, so they're leaning into it. That's cool. That's funny. I gotta tell my family that. My wife would get a kick out of it. My favorite Bluey thing out of all the Bluey episodes, there's an episode where the family's playing a board game, just like out on their porch. And if you look at the board game they're playing, it's Risk. But if you're watching, if you look really closely, you see it's Risk, but it's only a map of Australia, and the units they have are emus. The little miniatures they have are little emus. So they're playing Emu War Risk, which is like such a weird, like, niche thing to like put in a kids cartoon, but it's so funny. And that's, of course, that's the thing I would notice about what they're playing. But yeah, they're playing Emu War Risk in one of the episodes. Playing musical statues for the intro of the show. Oh yeah, they are. Ha, that's funny. I never caught that. Are you familiar with Woodland Scenics Flocks? A little bit, yeah. I haven't used Woodland Scenic stuff in a little bit, but yeah. What's your question? I used to use Woodland Scenic stuff. They announced they had them to give out. What is that? Oh, local GW when they started giving the free striking Scorpion. Closed due to ice. Oh, that sucks. Announced they had to give out. Got their right opening Saturday, all gone. Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb. Yeah, the free striking Scorpions would have been cool. Emu actually makes sense. Probably not a great... Probably a nod to the Emu War. Yeah. That's why they're doing the Emu War, yep. I need to go through and, like, analyze that scene, like, frame by frame to see if, like, the emus are winning. If it's, like, emus versus Australians and the emus are actually winning or something, like, that'd be great. Alright, next, we finished that brown. It was really simple. Just light umber was the color we were using. That's what we were using. And put that back. Trade in for my cork bark. Huge amount of dead grass, flock, and some balsa and stuff. Yeah, Woodland Scenics were like the gold standard of hobby materials for a long time, especially when it came to like basing and stuff. Yep. Australia lost a war to emus. Yeah, it would have been really cool to get free striking Scorpions. Huge container of flock. Only a bit. Oh, cool. When I was really getting back into the hobby, it was with the Middle Earth SPG. And I really wanted to make trees. And I ended up, like, getting this crazy formula process for making trees, and it involved a lot of Woodland Scenic stuff. Woodland Scenics, spray adhesive, a lot of varnish. Try this mask, maybe. Let's try that. I like the black on the mask. I don't know if we're gonna... Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. So we'll do the black visor and the black bolt rifle casing. We'll call it there for the black. Build some farm grounds. That's cool. That's cool. Should have finished Space Marine Captain. I did a new kill team. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can put it. You can put it here, or image on the Discord. You put a link in the Discord, or link here. Like that's fine. Yeah. I guess you can't really post the image here, but. We are link friendly until people spoil it, but I have fortunately been very lucky with having good people around. Ooh, I'll take a look. Let me finish this dude's weapons. Visor. Guys, take a look at Black Sword's minis here. That's all. See what they got. Oh wow. Oh man, the black, white, purple, green, like that's a fantastic color scheme. That's so good. Why isn't that popping up in my feed on Instagram? With the purple plasma and everything? Excellent stuff. Auto share approved images from Discord in the stream. Yeah, there's got to be something. I don't know. I think no matter what you do, like, people can abuse it. What is this dude? Oh, the Terminator? That looks great. Using the Dark Angel stuff. The Terminator, man. Excellent looking minis. Great color scheme, Black Sword. Wow. As you can see from my logo, I'm a huge fan of the purple, green, purple, white, gold. So you're like your color scheme's like if you took like the Painting Dad and turned it into a Space Marine chapter. So, and that is forever how I'm going to label it. It looks really good, really good. Hey, an OK Guardian, what's going on?
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your
Hey,
home.
Augustinus. Is it Augustinus? Welcome in. Augustinus85. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow, by the way. I really appreciate it. We're chilling. I'm trying to get 4,000 follows by the end of this year. That seems like a pretty lame goal considering I'm at like 38 something, but you know what? I want to do that. So let's say you get 4K by springtime. I don't know, man. I've been sitting in 3K for over a year at this point. It's crazy. I got 1K about a year and a half ago, and then it jumped up to 2K super quick, and 3K even faster than that, and then it just like stopped. Part of it's because I got onto like the homepage recommendations for people. Like someone on Twitch saw my channel and they put me on the homepage recommendations. And so I had like this 4-week stint where I was on homepage recommendations, and I was getting 30, 40 exclamation point Insta. My Instagram. It's my Instagram name's a little different than my streamer name because it was already taken for some reason. But I was getting 30 and 40 follows a day on Twitch when I was streaming, and I was on that homepage recommendations. And I was like, holy crap. I was averaging 40, 50 viewers, kind of like I am today, which is really cool, guys. I'm just happy everybody's chilling. But there you go. Thank you, Felix. And it was going crazy, and I was like, dang, man, like I could probably do affiliate, in 2024 and all this stuff. And then Twitch like pulled the rug out from under me and just took me off the homepage recommendations. And I stopped getting viewers and follows and stuff, and everything just like died out. Daytime streamer grind is different, yeah. Rug pulled out just like the Hawk Tua girl. Yeah, I didn't try to scam people though, so that was, I don't think I was. People felt like I was scamming them. I'm sorry, but Twitch was like, man, this is great. You're doing everything right. And they're just like, nah. Nightbot. What's the red base color? The red base color is Pro Acryl Burnt Red, and then it has a wash, Pro Acryl Flesh Wash over the top of it, just to add a little bit of depth into it. I'm just doing base colors so far. I'm going to be doing a little bit more washing and highlight. I'll probably get to the highlighting tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get to the washes today either, but to that. And I'm doing black visors on them. But yeah, everything is Pro Acryl so far on these minis. I hope I hit 4K before the new year. My gosh, we're picking up a little bit. You guys have been very generous. Yeah, 3827 is pretty solid actually. Like, I feel like we've been bumping a little bit. A lot of new people, which is always nice. Looks quite good already. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I paint a lot of Space Marines. This is a commission. It's a custom chapter, so I don't know the name of the chapter, but it's a homebrew chapter. It's a cool color scheme. Pretty simple. I like the added like silver on like the chest plate and everything. It really like breaks up the red on the minis. Just trying to do these some justice. Are you in the hobby, Augustinus? And if so, what do you work on? What's your army? What's your game of choice? What you got going on? World Eaters Combat Patrol to do. Nice. All right, painting a Song of Ice and Fire. Cool, cool, man. That game is very popular. I had some people try to get me into it. I was never into like a Song of Ice and Fire, so it didn't like speak to me, but I hear good things about the game. Nice to hear people playing it. Yeah, World Eaters. I have painted my fill of World Eaters, I'll tell you that. That's why I asked about the red. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I did. If you're my Instagram, you scroll down a little bit. You see the World Eaters I've painted. They were base coated with burnt red as well, Pro burnt red. So I ended up doing a brown wash after doing a lot of other things on them. I think I did some dry brushes on them and some different stuff. But yeah, the brown wash really gave them like a good dark color to work up from a little bit. But those were very simple highlights. Most complicated thing was the bronze trim on them, and it was because I painted with bronze and then put some verdigris on them, and then washed it, and then did a dry brush to highlight. Just more steps. A little bit of red that still shows in between the between some of these spots, like the silver didn't get down. I can't get down with the black. That's okay. Wash will cover that up. Wash will correct our mistakes. All we need to worry about. Fox. It's just Fox. Felix. Exclamation point Fox. There you go. Yeah, Foxbite released their expansion pack to their miniature painting holder. It's more holders, and they put cork ones in there, which is really cool. So either kind of a less or more friction for like the base piece on your holder, or you can stick like pins and paper clips in it, and you can hold up smaller pieces using the cork, which is a really neat idea. That was a gift. Oh, okay, cool. Mortarion. Man, I've not had the pleasure of painting Mortarion. I've only painted one Demon Primarch. That was Angron. I haven't painted 40k Magnus or Mortarion yet. I do want to paint Fulgrim, though. Fulgrim in it looks great. Emperor's Children is a must. Yeah, they look cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the studio color scheme that they showed off, but yeah, we actually posted. We were talking about that in the Discord, some of the different color schemes and stuff, and I was showing off some photoshops people did that I really liked. Some like darker purple or just straight up like 30k style color schemes. All looked really good. The pink is really weird, especially some of the photos that show like the Helldrake, and it has like pink and gold, and it's weird to look at. Motivate per usual. Gonna set up and knock some painting out. Nice. All right. Good, man. I'm glad I can be a motivation to you guys. I don't know how I'm a motivation to you guys, but you know what? If that's what it takes, get people painting. Cool. Next one. You subdued. Yeah. Yeah, Grey Knights. You know, that picture in OK Guardian might actually be Space Wolves. I don't know if you guys saw the Valrak video. He had a really good point for that. I mean, there might be Grey Knights and Space Wolves, but I think Space Wolves are part of that image. Yep, yep. Sadly. Space Wolves definitely deserve the hate. Not saying they don't. I'm hobbying with you rather than watching you. Yeah, man, that's always my goal with this stream. Was like a hangout and hobby stream.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Have a meeting. All right, have a good one, Zen. Rose Garden, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Super embarrassing, but I was going to remind you guys, if you're a Patreon member, any paid level Patreon, we do a once a week hangout and hobby on Discord, where you guys can join the chat and actually talk and everything. And I was doing them on Mondays. I did the first one last Monday, and then I completely forgot yesterday. Painting son and painting wife were both off school, so we were just like chilling and doing all of our family things, and I forgot to do the actual hangout, hobby hangout thing with Patreon. So I'm going to make that up to you guys this week. If anybody's in the Patreon, you have unique, and you have to link your Discord to your Patreon account. But then there is a Patreon member chat in Discord, and also there's a voice chat channel. But if you post in there a day and time that would work for you, I'll try to figure some stuff out for everybody. Find a time a couple of us can get in chat. Maybe tomorrow evening or something. We'll do a hangout with Patreon members. Nice Wednesday evening hangout. Post a work in progress in Discord of the Dreadnought building. Oh, cool. I'll check that out. Let me get these last two dudes, and then I'll have to check out your Dreadnought. I try to update my Grey Knights. So many of them are metal. Oh, the metal Grey Knights are gorgeous. Those metal 4th edition, like Demon Hunter Codex Grey Knights. Gorgeous minis. Still here. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you gotta deal with the kid, I get it. Is it nice and warm in Australia right now? You guys are in the middle of summer, right? It's in the negative Fahrenheit here. Which is like lots of negative Celsius, my understanding. So the molds are dying pretty bad, yeah. They were super popular too. Grey Knights were a very popular faction. Even when they only had, 2 squads and no HQs and no characters, it was just random Demon Hunter squad you would add to a Space Marine or a Guard army for like thematic purposes. Days were, dang, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's crazy. Yeah. 32 Celsius. Like on the opposite end of the spectrum. Meeting with Microsoft now, so I'll be lurking. No problem, Smago. Have a good one, man. Metal Brother Captain Stern. That's right, they did have Brother Captain Stern as metal. Or he might have come out with 5th edition. I don't know if he was a 4th edition guy.
First of all,
And
let me
the
take
Gary
just a
Stu
moment to
himself,
thank you for allowing me back into your
Caldor Drago. Greaser886, welcome in. And thank you for the follow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the time when the Grey Knights Codex came out was super toxic for 40k. All my friends started Grey Knights armies, and it was the most annoying thing.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint.
Exilla, thank you so much for this sub. Man, welcome. Welcome in. That's so generous of you. Thank you. Enjoy your commercial free viewing. Ed Stern, if I did, I lost him. Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad. Hey, dude, what chapter are these going to be? Currently working my own Night Lords force. Nice. These are a homebrew chapter. This is a commission I am painting. I am not sure the name of the chapter, but they're homebrew. Like a red and silver color scheme. They're going to be pretty cool minis. They got a lot of detail. Just working all the base colors today. Get that and maybe a couple washes before we're done. And then tomorrow I'll probably revisit and try to do all my highlights. It'd be nice if I could finish these. And if I finish these tomorrow, then I'll be spending my Thursday probably assembling the next commission, which will be a whole bunch of Star Wars Legion and a little bit of 40k for someone. So that'd be really nice. Nice weather, not too hot. Sucks, so I want to get some priming done. Yeah. Airbrush is where it's at. Who cares about weather when you got an airbrush? I have my next Thousand Suns thing to paint. I'm really excited. My Heresy Thousand Suns army. I got that command squad. I think that's it for those base colors. Let's get some hair colors here. Just so I'm familiar as bald. Okay, let's figure out some stuff. Okay, mine in the bathroom? Oh my gosh, that sounds crazy to me. I'm happy about the Grandmaster and the Dread Knight. Yeah. Voldus. I'm not familiar with Voldus. 90 degrees is not too hot. Who is this guy? Crazy acclimated to hot weather people. Alright. Who's not bald? You're not bald. We're going to do some different hair colors. So I'm going to do, let's go with a little bit of dark warm gray. We'll do some warm brown. And we'll do some golden brown. So a couple different hair colors here. Yeah, my brother just got into 40k. Him and his son, who's like 20 at this point, but they got into 40k and they've been rattle can priming their minis in their basement. Just I can't believe it. But I mean, it's cold out and they don't have an airbrush, right? They're just starting, so. They also have a large basement. Voldus is the guy who came out for Rabute Gilliman. Is his name just Voldus? I'm gonna look this up. Okay. Well, that's cool. Old guy, he's got the cool like knighthood on and everything. So he's like a librarian. Yeah. Ooh. Grand Master of the Brotherhood. Alright, alright. That's crazy. Oh, let's do this dude. Blonde. Let's see how many with hair that we have left. We got 1, 2, not you, 3, 4, not you, 5, and 6 with hair, right? Looks like a helmet. I can't tell if that's hair or a helmet. Let me see. What's his head look like? I believe it's hair. Okay, so 6 more with hair. Let's do a mohawk guy. Yeah, okay, we'll do 2 blonde guys, 3 with brown hair, and 2 with black hair. How about that? This guy with brown hair. What do you paint when you're not commission painting? I paint a lot of my own minis. I collect a lot of different games. My big 2 games and armies recently, kind of the past year or so, have been for the old world, and it's my vampire count army, so undead Halloween themed creatures, and then 30k, like Horus Heresy's been my big game. So I have 1,000 Suns are my legion, and I can show off. Let's see. So I'll just grab this guy here. I have a couple of my dreadnoughts down here. I just finished painting a dreadnought, but like this is my Contemptor Osiren dreadnought. I had painted a while ago, and I magnetized all the weapons on my dreadnought, so my 3 Contemptors can all interchange their weapons. So, and I also have some Auxilia. So I just finished painting this Dracosan, and I magnetized the front weapon on this as well, but it's my little Prospering Spire Guard Dracosan. It's a big tank. Kind of zoomed in right now, but yeah, yep. So, yeah, I have about 10,000 points of 1,000 Suns stuff for Heresy painted. And that includes a little Solar Auxilia force as like a Legion's Auxilia, and I also have Militia. And I spent my December. I painted about 126-ish Militia minis to add an auxiliary militia to my army. You know the rapid production of Contemptors for Horus Heresy that used to be stated? No, I don't. Is that like a lore thing or what? Not sure what you're talking about. For flesh tones, I keep it simple with my flesh tones. I use mostly pro acryl paints, so everything on these minis so far have been pro acryl. by Monument Hobbies. But for these guys, it was just tan flesh, and then I covered it with a flesh wash so far. And I'm going to build it back up with tan flesh and then some, you know, brighter flesh tones, or mix some ivory into them to kind of, you know, get good highlights and stuff. Okay, so they rapidly produced them for the Horus Heresy. I imagine that would make sense. I do, yeah. Exclamation point PA. And you can get a 5% discount ordering from their website. I will say, I recommend them, and you know, it's you know, I get it. I get a couple bucks if you order a bunch of stuff, but I have been a horrid shill for Monument Hobbies since I found out about the company. And it took me over a year to get affiliate with them. But I ordered stuff from them. I tried them out, and then I immediately sold most of my GW paints. And I would send people to them to buy stuff. And what happened was, my lovely viewers would go into Monument streams, and they would tell them like, "Hey, Painting Dad was the one that got me on your products. Like, can you do something for him," and all this stuff. And so finally they let me be an affiliate after my viewers harassed them long enough. Not that I sent them, it's just what happened. But yeah, great stuff. If you order from their website, a fun trick that I don't think they promote a whole bunch, is if you order, say you want to buy a bunch of paints, but you don't want to order like the specific sets they have. If you order 8 individual bottles of paint, they will give you a discount as if you were ordering an expansion set. And that is on top of the 5% you get off for using my code. So if you can order in multiples of 8 pots of paint, you get like a double discount on them, which is really cool. Contemptor Cordis pattern. I'll have to look that up. That's cool. Also, was it Greaser or who was it said you're painting Night Lords? Yeah, Greaser. What is it 40k Night Lords? Night Lords are cool, man. Well, life's here. Oh, yeah, thanks. You got pictures you want to show off? You got like an Instagram, or if you just put some pictures in the Discord. You have 30k. Oh yes, got another Heresy player guys in the group. You're at home here. I have yeah, here. I got a couple. I actually have some finished minis around. This is my 8th and Sentinel I finished. And I magnetized all the weapons for it. So the dude is fully magnetized. So that was one of my big projects. And then let me get some of these dudes. I got a command squad, a Mark III command squad. And this is my like first stage of red. This is what it looks like. But I 3D printed a bunch of parts. So this sword is a print, and it's like psychic fire. Shoulder pad is a print. The helmet's a print. His torso's actually a print. I gave him some scrolls, but he's got like a psychic hood on his chest plate and like a cool Thousand Suns one. This is one of the members. His sword, his helmet, and his shoulder pads are printed pieces. My favorite in this group, where is he? From this squad. I love this weapon that I found. So this punch dagger was a print, and I gave him like a book hanging from his chest plate and short sword and helmet and everything. But yeah. So this is my next like squad to paint for my Thousand Suns, and I'll finally have a command squad. But really happy with these cool pieces. All these STLs I found. So got the Discord link? Yeah, can someone post the Discord link, please? Exclamation point Discord. Just over 700 points. Nice. And I think it's time for me to put another wash on these guys. Yeah. Thank you again, Felix. I appreciate it. Legs I bought from Blood and Skulls Industries, so I can make a few of the discount contemptors from the monopose dude. That's awesome. Do you have like a Groovy? Can you post like a wiki link to the Contemptor Cordis? I want to read about that. I don't know if I've ever heard of that, and that sounds really cool. Mudlunch can actually participate. No, it's greatly appreciated. I got some black wash, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this black wash, and we're going to put this over all the silvers. And I'm going to put it over the browns as well. I got this big nasty brush. We'll see if I can work what I need to. I just think I need a smaller brush. It's always that debate whether getting things done fast or accurately. I think this one I just have to, I need a smaller brush. Only Twitch streamer I don't know personally. Oh, nice. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, it's tough out there, dude. You guys, don't ever feel obligated to support me financially. To give me money or anything. It's nice, it'd be cool to just make tons of money on Twitch or whatever, but I never want people to support me to the detriment of their own financial well-being or because they feel like they have to. That is never the way. Posted, cool. I never took a look at Black Sword's Contemptor either, man, or his Dreadnought. I am a terrible person. Let's go do that. On the Discord. Oh yeah, that's a cool looking Night Lord. Nice. It's good. Also, is that dude carrying an Iron Warrior sword? Because that's incredible. Just scavenging pieces. That's really good. And Black Sword. Is that a plastic piece? His front? Yeah, his front end. Man, he's posing his Dreadnought and stuff. That's really good, man. Nice. I'm excited to see how that turns out. It's Dreadnought Day. Everybody's posting their Dreadnoughts. Save me on the brushes and now these paints. How can I not support it? That's okay. Cool, man. Stop the freehand steer. Hey, that's fine. That works for Night Lords though, right? You gotta scavenge everything anyway, so. I think this wash is going to be the last thing we do today. Just pure Pro-Crow black wash. That's all it is. Everything not red. Get a little bit on the red, it's okay. Not the end of the world. We're gonna highlight and correct it anyway, but whenever I paint, it's always a balance of get it done quickly and get it done well. So figuring out how to do that is the real key. And what ends up happening is I end up breaking a lot of those classic painter rules that we have set up for ourselves, or the community kind of has established. Those rules get broken. Hey, Lagostus, welcome. The Lobster, how you doing? And on YouTube. The whole thing. Sword in the front, take bits from Dark Angel's veteran kit. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I love it. How much does it take you to paint one miniature for your army? It depends. So, I painted militia. I painted 100, it was 112 militia at once, a big batch paint. And it took me about 12 and a half hours. And so we figured out it was about 10 minutes a mini. They look like they were painted in 10 minutes per mini, but 10 minutes per mini. A typical Thousand Sons Legionnaire is maybe 30 to 45 minutes for one. Big vehicles are obviously longer, depending on the vehicles. That Dracosan took me way too long and was a horrid experience because it was just nightmare amount of trim. Um, but yeah. It really depends. Yeah, my heresy stuff is stuff I paint the most, and yeah, I maybe have the actual Legionnaires down to less than 45 minutes a mini. That'd be my guess. I paint fairly quick though, so you'll see me start it. Like I've painted stuff in like I prime something in the morning and have it done by evening, like a dreadnought. But that's just because like I paint full time, and I've learned how to paint pretty quick, so. Yeah, I think tomorrow we're gonna try to do our Patreon hangout. So since I completely forgot about it, for the trying to do my second week, we did the first week last week, and then I forgot about Monday. So Wednesday evening, I'm in Eastern Standard Time Zone. Um, Wednesday evening, we're gonna do hangouts. Any paid Patreon member, all you gotta do is link your Discord account to your Patreon account, and you can join for as little as $1. And we're doing weekly hangouts, and we're gonna hang out in Discord. I'm gonna like screen share basically, like my camera. And if you just want to hang out and watch me paint, that's fine. And you get to actually talk. So that's the thing. You're not typing out conversation. We're gonna chat. As long as we can all keep it real cool, all right. But we're gonna, we can hang out and all talk to each other, talk about hobby stuff. We were talking about video games and like nostalgia last week. It was a lot of fun, so we're gonna do that. It's gonna be like a legit hangout and hobby time for the Patreon members. So yeah, see you, Gosu. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on Wednesday evening. I'll post about it in the Patreon chat. How about that? Because I'm a scrub and forgot about my actual Monday schedule. So typically how I do business is someone will message me and say, hey, I would like this thing painted for my army. And I say, okay, great. Let's figure out a color scheme and like levels of detail you want, and we do all that. And then I let them know, like, do you want me to purchase the minis and then send them to you, or do you have the minis already on hand? And so, we talk about that, and they'll either pay me to buy the minis for them from my local store, or they just send me the stuff. And then I paint them, and then I send them to them. And that's the whole process. People do buy minis, paint them, and then sell them on like eBay and everything. But I don't do that. That seems risky to me, and I stay busy enough just painting, on demand for people. So yes. Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bake cookies?
It was just a cookie dough that I had to cook.
Oh, okay. You were like break and bake cookies? Is that what they were? You have cookies for me? Hold on. Show them off on camera. Oh, they smell so good. Put them in the camera. Yeah, Painting Son made cookies. Thank you.
Is the painting son the cooking son?
He's the cooking son. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still like the painting son a lot.
Okay.
Well, gotta get painting then. Cooking son. Yeah.
Okay, painting son. Come
Painting son, the legend. There he is.
on.
Yep.
Finish up, okay?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Painting son. I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Love you, bud.
Bye, Dad.
Bye. Oh man, I'm hungry too. I'm excited. I got cookies. Absolute legend. Yeah. He streams with me occasionally. So he oh my gosh. Over his like Christmas break, he asked if he could stream with me. I was like, sure. and he's like, can we make a YouTube video together? And I was like, well, I was like, when I stream on YouTube also, so you're on YouTube. And he's like, what? He's like, I'm on YouTube. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm on YouTube? It's like, I'm on YouTube. And he just like kept going on about, I was like, the coolest thing to be on YouTube. And I was like, all right, kid, it's all right. So when he streams with me now, he uses his like YouTube voice. It's really funny. What does the painting son paint and play? He paints whatever he wants. The kid loves Space Marines, but yeah, look at the cookie. Oh yeah, still hot. Oh, that's good. Painting son has a Nintendo Switch. He occasionally plays PC games with me, but he's been playing a lot of the classic Battlefront 2 he got with some Christmas like Nintendo Switch money. So we'll play that together, but man, he has been playing that game a ton. He also has like Lego games, Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter. What else? What else are his big games? Minecraft. Blue, I saw your game, man. I didn't realize that was the first time you ever played Kill Team. That's cool. Did you like it? I saw your crew on the board, man. You shared some pictures in there. It was great. Try a cookie here. Painting son's the only reason you stick around. No, it's understandable. The kid is way more charismatic than I am. I'm just boring. When I started streaming, it was Zendral that gave me. He asked if I would, so he could see me paint. So I told my wife about it, and she's like, her words were, "So people are gonna sit there and watch paint dry with you." I was like, you know what? Yes, that's exactly what they're gonna do. That's what you guys have done for almost 4 freaking years. It was a blast. That's good. That's good. I won the game. I've been wanting to game myself. Man, I tried to schedule a game for Sunday with my local group, and like everybody was busy, and so I tried to schedule a game for this Wednesday, and like everybody's busy. So I think I'm just gonna not try to get a game, and just do our hobby hangout with Patreon. I paint it's dry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh man, crazy, right? Nothing like a good chocolate chip cookie. Not good at painting at all, but I enjoy the hobby. I really want to get back into playing. It's my sober hobby, and it's been such a help for me. That's awesome, Felix. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, I'm very much like... especially as someone who lives in Ohio, where not a lot of great things come out of Ohio, and we have a lot of issues with drugs, and I think I didn't realize this was a thing until someone mentioned it. Someone that wasn't from Ohio, that like everybody in Ohio has like a family member with a drug story, and not saying you're like you were into drugs, but just as a general thing, and I credit this hobby and like my friends and I like being in this hobby and stuff as a big reason why like I never had any desire to like get involved with any kind of drugs or you know, any kind of the people that would be pressuring into that. Because man, I was just busy painting minis, alcohol and painkillers. Yeah, yep. To get a national championship, you know how much I care? Not one bit. I'm right in the middle of like Ohio State land too, and I probably would have watched that game honestly, but you know, good for Ohio State. Not at all. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't drink anyway, so just something. Me and the painting wife have been together since we were teenagers. And just kind of something we decided where we're just gonna stay away from that, especially with my family, the history of addiction, and you know, we just never. I had to never partake in that. That's also something I'm happy about. I think it's a money saver anyway, but like, at the end of the day, it's for the best. Hockey is a sport I'll watch. I enjoy a good hockey game, but normally in person. Like, I'm not much of like a sports person, but I worked for a company that owned booths at a professional hockey stadium, and so they would give out tickets to employees and stuff. So I would go see hockey games for free. And it was incredible. It was Columbus Blue Jackets. It was always a ton of fun. I am cursed though. Every Blue Jackets game I went to, they lose. In Texas, and Utah let me down. Oh well, I'm sorry. Yeah, or University of Texas let you down. Is that what that is? Or I'm not sure. I didn't really follow anything. I don't follow sports, so. Son is Nerf stuff. Used to live next to Miramar Air Base. A lot of vets that use the hobby to deal with PTSD. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, sometimes you just need to channel your energy, right? The new Emperor's Children, I think, look great. Especially Fulgrim. I'm not the biggest fan of the studio color scheme. But, no, I think the minis look awesome. I think it's crazy they just gave them like basic Legionnaires too on top of like Noise Marines. They didn't like Flandardize them too hard, right? No, I think they're really cool though. We have shared in the Discord some alternate color schemes for them, and like people pointed out like these Emperor's Children fit perfect for Horus Heresy, and they really do. If you just change the color scheme a little, it's crazy how well they fit. University of Texas, okay. Yeah, the Cacophonist or whatever looks really cool. It's good reference to 30K. You know, like classic lore and everything. It's good. Who's picked my stupid sexy Flanders? Yeah. It's exactly what the Emperor's Children would want. Feel like they're wearing nothing at all. Alright, I got a second cookie to eat. This one has a lot of chocolate chips. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, you definitely time into your Night Lords. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That is like 40K has gotten away from that so much. But that is such a classic, like, 40K move. Like, in this hobby anyway. Like, you have an idea, especially with all these, like, the different, like, variations of Space Marines. Like, you have an idea for an army, and the actual army that it belongs to doesn't work, so you use them as a different army, you know? You use your World Eaters using Blood Angels rules. Or, you know, your Space Wolves end up using, like, Chaos Space Marines because, you know, they have stuff that fits. Like you do that kind of thing, and that's, like, part of the hobby. And I don't think I would ever fault or look down on someone doing that. You know, especially if it's, like, well executed. Like, you want to fit, like, crazy sound people into your Night Lords, I think that fits perfect. If you want to use the minis, yeah, I would love to see those Emperor's Children painted with some blue on them and some bat wings. To me, works perfect. Yeah. Now, being how 40K kind of is, you might get some people not okay with that. But you know what we say to those people? We say, "Good day, sir." So we say, "Yeah, please keep Discord, man." I am hoping some people send me some Emperor's Children to paint for them. I want to paint Fulgrim. I actually am painting Fulgrim next month. However, it is 30K Mortal Fulgrim that I am painting. So he is on the docket. I have one big project in between me and painting Fulgrim. One big commission project. So, yeah, and something else I just want to say, if you guys will let me here. I have been a full-time commission painter for almost 4 years, about 3.5 years now at this point, and ever since I started, it's a little bit of a slow start. You get a couple jobs here and kind of get your name out there and everything, but once I got my start, and people would come in and watch me and stream, and kind of had more and more people like jumping in and like this whole thing. I have had so many moments where I'm like, man, I only have like 2 more jobs and I'm done. Like, what do I do? What do I do if I don't have any work lined up? And like what's gonna happen? And I get to that point, and what always happens is, I don't tell people about this. I'm not like, oh no, guys, I only have, like, I would advertise on Discord or whatever, just tell people like, hey, I got open slots or whatever. But anyway, it always happens where I start getting kind of low. I start getting a little worried, and then all of a sudden I'll get like 3 messages in a day of people like, hey, I need this painted, like, what's your availability like? And then I get more work, and then I end up being backed up for another 3 months, and then but I start, so it's like cycles. But a lot of regulars, there's a couple people in there that keep me really busy painting Tyranids and World Eaters and Emperor's Children and Votan and all that. But yeah, it's been nice. It's crazy to experience. It's weird having your own business. Cause some anxiety at times. Get this raven onto this wooden slab. Okay, that sounds like something. Four more to do after this. I think I'm going to call it when I'm done with this color. So we got a little bit longer. Get these done by 2. I don't know if you guys can hear the painting son like screaming in the background. He is playing Nerf right now. Shooting the painting wife in the head. Debating opening a game store locally. Other than the Warhammer store and a game store like GameStop, there's nothing local. Yeah. Yeah, with that is, man, that is so difficult. I remember as a kid, like that was my dream, right? Like, man, I just want to own a game store. That's a rough business. And you really got to lean into Magic. Magic and Warhammer, like Magic pays the bills. Warhammer is like all the extra bonus. Sorry, finishing my cookie here. Yeah, you gotta have a lot of capital. Yeah, I mean, if you're competing just against a GW store for like actual hobbyists, I feel like there's a you might be in a slightly better spot than if there were like other locally owned stores. Um, yeah, you got to work hard to like build those communities though. Like you got to be willing to, jump in, like get game nights, like be there and like get these groups going because it's the play groups, the regular groups that are going to be like your income in my opinion, those Magic groups doing those events every week and that's the hard bit. Yeah, having money is always the hard part, isn't it? What did the famous quote by Montgomery Burns, The Simpsons? Homer says, "Wow, you have a lot of money, Mr. Burns," and he says, "Yep, I'd trade it all for a little more." Merging with their other store, car folks gonna start showing up, tripling the size of the shop. Wow, do they have the space for that? That's the big part about having a retail store, in my opinion, is like the space to do the things and like keep it affordable. Like you want to have space to run tournaments and events and allow people to come in and play and everything while still like selling products and like doing all this stuff, like having the room to stock everything. But if you don't have room for that, like that's rough. And property is expensive. For now, the gaming table space would certainly help pay the bills. Yeah. There is a store kind of local to me. I mean, it's about probably close to an hour away from me, but I am very, very fortunate to have a ton of game stores in my area. However, this one, what they do is they have memberships, so anyone can go in there and play when the store is open. Like, that's fine, but they have a huge like garage space, basically, like this big space that's separate from the store, where they can lock the store, but they can they have a separate door to get into the actual like game room. And they have people pay for memberships, and you pay for like an annual membership, and you actually get a key to get into the game area. It like unlocks the door to the game area, which sounds like really risky, but people pay that fee, and I imagine it pays for the insurance and stuff to have something like that going on. And yeah, you can get in there and you can play at any hour of the day and night when they're closed or whatever, but it's like your responsibility, to like make it, like keep things nice and make sure everything gets locked up and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure all the details. I know that's what they do. So the tables, we had an idea. Set 2 dedicated wargaming tables exclusive for modeled. Maximum cool factor, require membership to use them. Yeah. Yeah, it's also hard to come into being a store that's like pay to play, right? I feel like that, not that it's not necessary or wouldn't be a good business idea, but I feel like it leaves kind of a bad taste in people's mouth, like when they're dealing with the store. It's like that's part of the great things about having a game store, just having a place where people go to play. Taking over the neighbor shops, remodeling, bringing them in stock at different locations. Okay. Getting a liquor license to explore drinks. Yeah, but there's a lot going on with that. Yeah. The Fantasy Flight Games headquarter building in what is that? In Minneapolis. I went there for Worlds for Star Wars Armada one year, and yeah, they sell alcohol. They have a big cafe, like restaurant cafe, and they sell alcohol. And it was crazy after the Worlds tournament, doing the doubles tournament, and you can order something and they'll bring it out to you at your game table. And it's this huge warehouse-sized building, and these people are walking around picking up empty glasses and bringing people their drinks and stuff. And it was one of the most like relaxed environments I think I've ever been in. It's, even as someone like it doesn't drink, it was just crazy to see. Special ones need to be rebuilt. Yeah. There's a really good store in Indianapolis. I would always recommend to people, called Family Time Games. And the guy, I remember when he just opened his store, I went out there for an event, and he was in the middle of building tables. And I think he hand built every table in that store, and it's maybe like 40 plus tables in that store. It's a huge space, and he built everything. And he like set aside half of his store space while he was doing it, and was just, every moment he got, he was over there just trying to build tables to fill out the store. It was crazy. Two more. Pay for table if I get table service. Beer Hammer is more fun than Warhammer. Yeah. The Fantasy Flight event was crazy. They had good food too. I don't remember what I got, but I remember I really enjoyed it. It was surprisingly good. I don't know what people eat in Minnesota. Or was it Wisconsin? No, it was Minneapolis. It's Minnesota. Yeah. Last little bit of wash, and like I said, tomorrow we're gonna jump back on tomorrow, and we'll be doing the highlights on these minis. So these reds and silvers, browns, blacks, all this stuff, the skin. Doing some good highlights. See if we can't finish these minis. I'll have to message the client, see how he wants the bases done. There are transfers that go on the shoulders, but I don't have them, so I'm gonna send the minis back to the client to put the transfers on. Just kind of what we worked out. I do like my washes. Okay. Last one. Yeah, and guys, if you want to see some of my work, some of the things I paint, like, you always jump in the Discord. You know, we have a great group of people that are posting stuff, minis that they're painting all the time and everything. I have posts on there. I post on Instagram. I try to post on there every day. I have a nice backlog of miniatures to post on there, but Instagram gets reposted to Discord. But also, I'm on Blue Sky, which I've been really enjoying, and also on Threads. But I post similar things on all three of those social medias. They're very much like a portfolio tracker for me. So that's how you can see like some of the work I do. If you're interested in commissions, by all means, message me on Discord and we can talk. Love to paint minis. I've been doing this, like I said, for about 4 years, and I love it. Love painting movies. Yeah, Blue Sky's great. Yeah, so Blue Sky. Okay, mind you, I was never into like Twitter. You know, I get on Blue Sky mainly because it was like the new thing, and you know, and it's kind of growing. And however, browsing through Blue Sky, it reminds me of social media from like 15 years ago. Like the attitude of people and the things people talk about, and kind of just like the culture of Blue Sky is very much like old school, like Twitter or social media or something. So I really appreciate that kind of vibe that Blue Sky has. But yeah, keeps seem really cool. Same things. It's people posting pictures of their minis. That's what I see, and I like those pictures, and I post my own minis, and that's what I try to limit my social media experience to, because anything else gets a little ridiculous. But yeah. Transition to it from Facebook. I actually am planning to delete my Facebook very soon. I just had to do it from desktop, and I'm not signed in on Facebook on my desktop. So, but yeah, I understand. Yeah, no, Blue Sky's cool. It's much more like Twitter than it is like Facebook, but yeah, the attitude seems a lot more overall like positive and like reasonable than a lot of modern social media. So it's cool, and that might change as more people jump in. I don't know, but it probably is what you make it, right? Like, I'm sure you can join all the toxic things and go into all the toxic discussion and stuff, but yeah. Well, guys, we got base coats and washes on these, and I'm happy with them. We're gonna start doing highlights tomorrow. And yeah, let's paint some Incursors. A whole bunch of 10 Incursors. Should be a lot of fun. Let's find someone to raid. That's okay with you guys. You guys wouldn't mind joining me here. Oh man, a lot of people. Hired 11B is great. Glorious Badger, Widow Goblin, Matt Yee, Reaper. Great painters on right now, guys. Face to Face, that's another good one. Find someone who we're not familiar with. I don't think I have ever person. Yeah, let's go raid Kaz is the name. How about that? Not familiar with him. What I ask of you guys is, we're going to rate in this person. I just ask that you just say hi and give them a follow. It's completely free. It takes almost no time. You don't have to chat anymore after that, but let's just be welcoming as a community, and you know, just show people the love they deserve, right, for putting themselves out there and streaming and, you know, doing all that. So yeah, with that, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, painting more Incursors. Bye, everybody.